Welcome to the Political Matrix News. Politics, people, local, regional, national news. Political Matrix News keeps you informed. We have the sources, we have the truth from inside the political matrix. I am always reminded of the movie from the 70s where the TV anchor got up and said, "I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore." Well, boys and girls, children of all ages, sports fans, guess what? I'm Rob Milford in Orlando. This is the Political Matrix vlogcast, and I am pissed off. I am mad as hell, and I'm just not going to take it anymore. This is insanity. What? What? Let me finish. Let me finish spouting here, okay? If you have not heard the news, let me be the first to tell you that the largest single coyote, the one responsible for smuggling illegal aliens into the United States, the largest coyote as an individual, one name, Joe Biden. What do you mean, Rob? Scott, what's that 6-digit number? 300,000 and what? 300,000 and what?
I had 324,000 the article that I read about. It's ridiculous.
I have 357,000.
Go ahead, Scott, anytime. All right, there you go. 324,000 illegal aliens brought to the United States in flights in the middle of the night by Joe Biden. They come from Cuba, Nicaragua, Venezuela. There was another one, too. Greg, you mentioned, what's the third or fourth country? Let's see. Haiti. Haiti. They're being flown into the United States on damn near, three flight, what we figure, 200, 150, 200 people per flight, and airplanes aren't cheap, and so 3-4 flights a week into the United States. Most of these were dropped off in Miami, whether it was the Miami International Airport or they just pulled into Opelika and said, "There's the door, get out." 30,000, which is the raw number of 30,000 in Florida. Now, and because we are Florida-centric here, let me give you an idea how many 30,000 people are. Now, these are statistical areas by the Census Bureau. These are sometimes city limits, and it goes like this. This is more than we have in Leesburg here in Central Florida, more than we have in Rockledge over in Brevard County on the coast, more than we have in Fleming Island, the Miami area, more than we have in New Smyrna Beach as a standalone city right there. You want to keep going? Sure, you bet. Crestview in the Panhandle, right alongside Interstate 10, the north end of, is that Okaloosa County or Walton County, guys?
It's more the central part of Okaloosa.
Central part of Okaloosa. It's the wide spot in the road, but it's got a really good Whataburger right there just on the south side. In fact, everything you want to eat is right there. So if you're headed west, that's the last good place for restaurants before you leave Florida. Trust me on that. Now, this happened without the knowledge of anybody in the Florida government. Ron DeSantis is pissed off, and I don't blame him one bit. They have filed lawsuits against. What are you shaking your head for? You don't think he's pissed off?
No, I agree. Yeah. I don't blame him either.
No, not even a little bit. And so you scratch your head and go, what is Biden doing? You know what? I'm absolutely convinced Joe Biden does not love this country. I'm serious about this. How could you do this? Are the Democrats such whores that they think they need to import more voters who do not speak English? That used to be a requirement when you came to the United States. You had to have a fundamental, a foundation. At least you can make yourself understood in English. Nobody cares anymore. So what? Okay, that's changed. I got it. We're in the age of communication. You still have to communicate. These people don't have those skills. We don't know where they're going once they get here. You haven't heard of this. They're just getting off the plane and fading into the city, putting the crush in the housing market. You wonder why prices are so high? Now you know, because we've added another city of Leesburg, of New Smyrna Beach, of Crestview. We've added another city in this state just from these flights. This isn't counting the people on boats. No, not overnight, over the last year, but 30,000 in 52 weeks. We can do the math. That's about 800 people a week, 700 or 800 people a week, 3 or 4 flights a week. Holy crap. This is insane. It's insane. And people better understand this. The networks are probably not going to do the story because it reflects negatively on Joe Biden. Fink, you're standing there nodding your head. What do you got? What's your take?
I can't agree with you any more than I can now. I mean, it's totally ridiculous. I mean, obviously, Biden thinks that the other countries are very bad, and he thinks America is so good. So he's trying to bring all these people in and make America great again. I mean, he's trying to make it greater.
You
And
can't
he
use
just
that
keeps
line.
on
You
bringing.
can't use that line referring to Joe Biden.
Anyway,
God,
but I'm sure that's what he's telling the immigrants. Hey, America's a great place to come. Come over here. But I mean, and the idea and his sentiment is great. He wants to rescue them. That's wonderful. We're not set up for this. We're not set up for this immigration, this coyote, this kidnapping. Everything that they're doing is wrong. I mean,
yeah.
the fact that we don't even know about it, and I mean that they're doing it, just in the middle of the night and just flying people over. I mean, I have a PBS article, and PBS is not a right-wing publication. It's a pretty neutral left publication. They have 357,000 people have been brought over from those four countries over the last since November of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, it's just weird, and it's wrong, and it's illegal.
That's actually a pretty sizable American city.
Yes. I think it's impeachable.
Yes, that's a major city. That is bigger than the city that Pete Buttigieg used to be mayor of.
It's more than a phone call with a Russian guy that Trump had. It's more than anything that they are accusing Trump of doing. It's more than overvaluating your properties. It's more than asking if we can get some more votes because the voting machines are broken or something.
Okay,
it's more than asking. I mean, he should be impeached for this. I mean, the fact that nobody's talking about this, the fact that there still has not been another Democrat to step up to replace him as a Democrat nominee, with all this being said and with all this being known. I mean, I think what happens to most coyotes? Do they get a slap on the wrist, or do they get imprisoned for like a long time?
They go to prison or border. Yeah, and
but once they get caught,
their competition shoots some guys. They leave the body in the desert.
Exactly.
Just to give you a frame of reference. What was that number? That big number, 300 and what thousand? 357,000. Gang, let me tell you, that is bigger than the city of Tallahassee, bigger than the city of Fort Lauderdale, bigger than the city of St. Petersburg, bigger than the city of Orlando. This is on a national thing, and just slightly smaller than the city of Tampa. That's
bypassing the border
we're talking about. Yeah,
this is bypassing the border. This has nothing to do
at all. They didn't stop at the border. They didn't
what's
get
going on in Texas, Arizona, New Mexico. Nothing to do with that.
I am weeping for this country. Now, I'm going to tell you the only thing that's going to salvage once this gets out, and Trump should make this the number one issue. Sneaking. And you know what? I'm going to send a text message to my friend who's in the campaign. And when you hear Trump tomorrow or the next day saying Joe Biden is the biggest coyote in the country, you're going to know where it came from. It came from Greg Fink right there. Right there. Greg Fink's the one that came up with that line. I am sending it out tonight.
Actually, I think Scott Miller did.
Oh, did you, Scott? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Scott Miller gets the credit then. All right, we're going to wrap up this segment right now. When we come back, what was that other thing? Oh, J.K. Rowling and an airport. Two separate issues, but I think we can cover that all nicely in about 8 or 10 minutes. This is the Political Matrix Blogcast. Scott Miller is the guy with the good mustache. Greg Fink has no mustache, and I'm just trying to figure out what I should do with this one. Handlebar it or pencil thin it. We'll see. I'm Rob Milford, and this is the Political Matrix Blogcast.